Hey guys and gals, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I put a video out, but we have been really busy around here, and I recently got my hands on, sorry about that little distance, I had to step off for a second. I recently got my hands on a lot of packs, and I got these from a good guy down in Tennessee. You know who you are, so thank you. Thumbs up. However, yeah, thumbs up. Yeah. He had these listed online, and I bought all of them that he had. And it took a while because I had family pick them up for me in Tennessee, and then finally, months later, those packs are here, and I've been working with them, trying to get them straightened out to be more productive for what I needed them for, and that was for a bug out bag that met all my needs without being too expensive. And I will get to those, the big ones, here in just a minute. But what I wanted to do was kind of make a rundown on some of the stuff that I got out of this lot. And when I mean lot, I mean not a lot, but you know, a lot, yeah. For those of you get it. First of all, was the older version of the Molle 2, the two-piece that had the sleep system, or the sleep system on the bottom. Yeah, sleep system on the bottom, and then the storage thing on the top. Not the one-piece, the two-piece. So we have those, and those were in the DCU. Now, you can see here, I'm only showing you the top part of the actual DCU one. I do have a sleep system. For those of you who are not familiar with these are two parts on the Molle frame. Yeah, this was your top, and then you had a sleep system underneath that went down here. And that is right here. These are currently off the frame because we are trying to work everything out and figure it all out and make it happy and do what we need it to do. But your sleep system went down here, you're carrying your bug out stuff went up there, and as far as coming off the frame, these stuck out real far. Like if this was your back, you know, these were way out here, and it made it back heavy. So we're reworking this to figure this out to make this more comfortable in the carry. The thing I do like about these is they had that huge top pocket there for a dry pocket, like a mat pocket or something. And then it's DCU, so not a lot of woodland camouflage going on there. Some of the other packs I got. Let's start off with whatever's in the top of the box. First one was the old school East German rain camouflage pack. I believe this came in a system that had a belt and some other things, because the way this system hooks up is really weird. So your back came up here and hooked into these like so, and then no, wait a minute, wrong one. My apologies, guys, for those that know what you're doing. Getting a little ahead of myself. Okay, so here was your shoulder straps, and they went into these D-rings like so. And then this one came up here and did a D-ring thing here. Now here's where it got confusing before I started really trying to figure this out. There are two straps. I already have one hooked to the bag, as you can see here. Coming down the front, the one that's closest to the bag would go here, and then that's going to go under your arm, and then these went down to a belt. These two front ones went down to a belt, and then this one that runs down your back also went down and hooked to a belt or some kind of other pouch. So just as it stands alone, it was a fairly confusing and dare I say uncomfortable pack to wear for these guys and gals. Well, I'd probably just been guys back then. It was East German, so there wasn't, you know, hey, what do I know? I'm just rambling here. Anyway, small little pack, probably a foot wide, a foot and a half, foot deep, a few inches, 4 inches, 5 inches thick. So not a lot of stuff went in here. you had the gray vinyl straps on them, which, you know, it was East Germany, so yeah. So moving on to the next. The next one I got in that lot was this big brown bad boy here. Now, I'm pretty sure, I do not believe that this is military. Only for the fact that I had looked everywhere for this, even though that it has a Soviet Union patch sewn on it, or glued on it. I think that was just something that somebody did. If I am wrong, please let me know when and, you know, kind of that era when this one was used. If in fact this one is Soviet. I tend to believe this is more of a aftermarket outfitters type of pack that just happens to have a Soviet patch on it. Real quickly, we had two side pockets that run down the sides. The front had a small pocket, and then the top has a very small lid, and in this lid, let's see here, I'm always ill prepared for this stuff. In this pocket, or in this lid, was a little, just a little, you know, kind of a pocket, but it really didn't secure. The inside was just one huge pouch with this idea that this is going to cinch up in a teardrop, and then that little bitty lid will cover it. Strap wise, two monster D-rings right on the top. These shoulder straps are sewn in, and they do like the old motorcycle helmets down here on the ends. So kind of why I'm thinking maybe this is not military, but still fun little pack. Don't know what I'll use it for, but we might get there someday and figure it out. May even sell it, I'm not sure. Moving on to another pack. This was in the deal. I have not got to put this on a frame yet, but it was the Alice pack. And this is one of the variations that I don't very often find, and it has those pinch claw type cinches on it instead of the under and over buckles. So, you know, if you see these a lot, that's cool. I don't see a lot of them. I usually see the other style, which is what I'm using on one of my frames right now. And this is just the medium Alice pack. We all know them, we love them or we hate them. I mean, I don't think there's an in-between. You either love these or you hate them. But this is the medium. It has one quick release buckle and one that is not. So I'm going to have to dig into the bucket o' army stuff and see if we can't fix this bad boy up with some, with a right? Yes, a right. That would be my right if I'm wearing it. A right arm strap that has the quick release. Not to go into them too awful much. We all know them. Or if you don't, then I don't know where you've been. So, but I didn't even think to look in there and make sure there wasn't anything in there. But yeah, super great shape. Didn't find any holes or tears in it. So kudos plus on that one. What else do we got? What else do we got? Okay, I don't know if this is World War II, Korea. I'm wanting to guess more towards Korea, but is this thing here, and I ain't even sure exactly. Haven't been able to find this online to see if this is like some kind of medics, radio, signal corps type thing, or what it is yet. We're looking at 18-20 inches wide by about 12 inches tall, and overall about 8 to 9 inches in depth from the back to front. Pocket on one side, pocket on the other side. The middle is strange enough. Okay, there's tie downs on the top, so you have some kind of bedroll tie down, antenna tie down or something. The actual front of the pack, which a lot of people call the back, but you get it, you know where I'm at, has two sets of straps. One set of straps is very, very long, going over the whole lid and down to the bottom side of the pack. Not real super sure why it was done that way. I just redundancy, I guess. But we'll get all these undone real quick and give you a peek in the inside. Before I do that, there's this little thing here. I'll hold this up so you can kind of see this. It's like a little loop. I'm not sure what it held. Just honestly, just do not know. But this pulled out, allowing this to open up, and then that thing flipped back. And then there was a handle here, but it's not really a handle because it don't sit on top. So this, like I said, this one is confusing me. The inside has two flaps that fold over from the sides, and they had an eyelet, which would tell me would probably had maybe a piece of string, something like that, to pull those together. So, excuse me. If you know what this one is, please comment down below and let me know. The back does have some semblance of a strap system, and I don't know what these hooks were for. Like I said, I have not been able to find this one yet, so if you know what it is, please let me know down in the comments so I can figure this one out myself. Moving on. What do we got next? What we have next. Getting away from the military stuff again, I mean, as far as that brown pack, I didn't know, but doing the more of a gray man type of thing. If you're going to do something like this and you want to go smaller, there was this LL Bean, and I normally wouldn't never look at anything like this, but when I started playing around with this and just realizing how much room there is in this pack, as far as the main pocket, the secondary pocket, which is all zipped on the other side, is pretty spacious and has a little bit of admin area, so you could keep those documents that you need, the extra copies of those documents that you may need out there to come back on. You got a little pocket there, a little pocket here, which I just double zipped and closed. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you want to count that, but we won't. So let's say 4, and then 5 on the main pocket, and then down in the very bottom there's actually even a place to, if the sleeping bag was small enough, I say you could probably sneak like one of Snug Pack's little bitty sleeping bags in there. So you're gonna have that gray man possibility to fit in. These stripes that you guys are seeing are reflective, and I don't know if it's picking it up on camera or not, but they are reflective, and I think the LL Bean is reflective. May not be, I don't know. But what do we got here? Yeah, okay, it does have a waist belt. Yes, I almost forgot that. Not a big padded one, but something to keep it from rocking around, and I bet those threads in there are probably reflective too. Okay, sliding on to the next one. This is going to be a bigger one, and this is one of the 3 reasons that I got this. First one being that Alice pack. Second one being the something I'll introduce you to here in a minute, and I need to reset for that one because I need a lot more space than what I get here. I'm going to go up. See if that gives me enough space for this. I have seen these brands before, and this is like one of these full-on backpacker packs, that the ultralight guys like, and some of the people that don't want to do a military style bug out bag. Something like this is great, and this is a low alpine, so a fairly expensive pack if you're buying them new. I will tell you, if you're buying these new, these can be a little expensive, and you can find them online for about, say, 50 to 70 bucks used. So still a little steep, but good quality pack. What I like about these is you get a full-on lumbar support right down here, along with this padded belt to get on the hips. This low back support is totally removable and or repositioned, so you can find that happy medium where you want it to be, as well as this strap right here that you see my hand is on right there, runs all the way up to here to the shoulder straps, and that can be adjusted to shorter torsos, longer torsos, and a lot like the ILBE did. This allows you to adjust that to, you know, if you're short torso or long torso, it gives you that little more play in being able to adjust that to your size. What do you get with this thing? You know, I really haven't got to dive into this too much, so I'm going to dive into it with you guys and gals. I would say right here on the bottom, first and foremost, is going to be either your sleeping bag compartment or boots. Trying to keep those stuff down low and keep things clean. On the sides, you have the compression straps with a snug pocket to put like trekking poles, tent poles, ski poles, maybe a scout rifle of some sort. That is on both sides. They do have these retain clips that are like the molle 2s that go through the frame on the molle 2 system, and I don't know what these are for. I haven't had a chance to, like I said, do too much research on this pack, other than it is big. It is really huge. There is a shelf divider between the sleep compartment and the top, so 2 foot of storage area in this. And like I said, I'm sorry I don't know these cubic inches and all this stuff. This has kind of a plasticky / rubbery liner, so we're going to be somewhat water resistant to almost rain proof. You're going to drown it if you put it in the water, boys and girls. We all know this. Ain't nothing waterproof. Then you have the top, which is, yes, removable, which could be probably turned into some kind of fanny pack, a day pack of some sort, a little small scouting pack, with not a lot of stuff in that. So another one, a good idea for if you want to stay away from that military look in your bug out stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that there, and I'm going to reposition you guys so that you can see better, and we'll get out the other 2 packs and we'll go over those real quick, and maybe some of this will help you guys out. So be right back. All right, what are we looking at here? Okay, first off, let's get this big bad mamma jamma up there, and as you guys can see, probably getting washed out from all the bright light, so we can adjust that. Is that better? That's a little better. Yes, it is. Okay, so boys and girls, what we have here is the classic Alice pack with a molle 2 early type of, what they actually called this was the butt pack or the waist pack or something. Some people called it the chemical suit bag, but it makes a great sleeping bag holder, as you can see, and it's on the Alice frame. Before I flip it around, I want to also bring in the other pack that I got, so bear with me and we'll do another one of them little fancy screen flips, and we'll be right back with you. All right, another one of those great YouTube screen flips. What you see here, for those of you that are not getting seasick because I'm bouncing this thing around so bad, is a little bit in the dark. Is that too much? Not enough? I don't know. I'm sorry. My lighting, my whole studio has been foobarred for a while now, so anyway, for those of you who know what this is, most of you guys have heard all the bad rumors about these, and have learned to almost hate these. I'll step in front of you here for real quick. This light is just so bright. I apologize for this editing. Wow, I went too bright that time. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Sorry, guys, gals. What do I have here? For those of you who are not familiar with this pack, this is the CFP90. CFP90 was the supposed was going to replace the Alice pack. This is just before molle system came out. There was a very short run of these, and there was 3 companies making these, 2 of which made some really bad products, which caused this pack to be pretty much just before it was even finished issuing it out to troops, soldiers, grunts, all you guys. It was pulled, and the problem is that 2 of the manufacturers were not pulling weight in their sewing jobs, and these were busting at the seams. Now, the stories I was hearing is that where these pockets, you have one large pocket sewn on one side and then 2 smaller sustainment type pouches on the other side. Now, from what I understand, these were busting along this seam right here, and these pockets were becoming all but useless, which also caused your gear to slide out the top sides. Sleep systems in the bottom, carry your other stuff in the top. Has a lid flap very similar to the molle 2 system. This is pretty much, you could almost say that coming from the Alice system to this is what led to the molle 2 system. They found out the molle 2 system was better. Also with these, there is a internal frame that wasn't even really a frame. It's 2 aluminum stays and a really kind of soft, crappy plastic track. I'll try to insert a picture right here, because what I'm going to show you next is what really makes these work for me. However, there were a really crappy plastic track that had the straps mounted to a piece of plastic about yay big, and they came off going in different ways, and then this kind of V'd down, and it's kind of like shaped like that. Anyway, so these things broke a lot. They were always breaking. The seams were ripping out. So overall, the CFP90 got a really, really bad name. So they actually started reissuing the Alice packs until the molles were out and ready to go. And then the generations of different molle packs, you guys have seen them, and now we're up to where we're at now with the one solid piece that kind of resembles this without the sustainment pouches on the sides. So what makes these my now go-to packs compared to, say, a molle? Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick. Picking this up, turn it around, we'll get this one picked up and spun around, and I will show you now that I am out of the way. That's what we did. We sat and played with this. Me and my lady, she kind of helped me with this, give me some ideas of how I might be able to do this and make it actually work. So let's sneak in here a little bit and see what we did. So we took the CFP90, the CFP90, and we took the straps off of it, which are right here on the Alice pack. And I'll get to those here in a minute. We also took the waist belt off of that, which is now in the spare parts bin of that. Just Okay, loosen that. Okay, so there we go. That's the belt off of it. The aluminum stays that are part of the frame actually came down through part of this this Alice webbing, and that's what held the belt on. So there were a lot of flaws in the design of this thing that just, I mean, like I said, they were working on finding something to replace the Alice, and it became the molle, and this was one of the steps in between that did actually get issued for a little while, but didn't make it. So off with that one into the parts bin. Moving on to mounting that system, the CFP90, to a molle frame. And that is why I showed you earlier that other stuff was off the frame. Basically what we did here was using a crap load of zip ties, and we'll sturdy this up even some more later, but you can see each of these are wrapped through different holes, and those are the aluminum stays that are running right here and right here. You can kind of see one of the stay things is right there. So these are holding to the aluminum stays to the frame. And then that allows me to use the molle frame, the molle shoulder straps, and the waist belt to support that pack and still be able to use the weight centering straps. So it's a lot more comfortable. And it carries the weight better, and we eliminated that shoulder strap problem. Now, did I add this shoulder strap problem to here? Well, no. As you can see, these are a lot longer than Alice. God, this video is just getting so bad. I apologize, guys and gals. As you can see here, these straps are a lot longer than Alice shoulder straps. And with the exception of the way they mount up here, they still do have that quick release, which I went ahead and zip tied because I don't want this accidentally coming undone. Because the difference in this snap and the ones that are on here, these don't snap real solid. So just went ahead and zip tie them. I'm using a molle 2 belt on this for the comfort, and as you can see, this plastic piece right here, that's that piece that these are sewn into, and there are 2 aluminum pieces that are mounted under here that clamped together to compress it in the track that's on the original pack. So one flaw design works well over here because I could drill 2 holes into this aluminum piece of this frame, which I didn't do. They are basically up in there, and where the tube of the Alice frame comes over, like right here, that aluminum goes in underneath it and creates a stay point. So now this is very comfortable to carry. I've got the support of the molle belt. I've got the longer, better padded straps off of the CF9 or CFP90, and then the CFP90 goes to being carried by a molle system. So now that I am able to scoot back and try to get you a full shot of those. So there you go. Let me get this light again and again and again, stepping in front of the camera. This is the worst video, guys. I apologize. It's been a while since I shot a video. But basically, there's what you get. You get a CFP molle 290. And that's what I'm going to call it. The CFP molle 290. And then you get the Malice, the Malice 90. We'll call that one the Malice 90, or a lot of you guys are calling them Wildcats or Hellcats or something like that. I'm gonna call it the Malice 90, and this is now the CFP molle 290. There you go. So I hope this video was super long. I hope you actually made it to the end. If you did, I thank you for that. And hey, we'll see you guys and gals on the next video. I'll try to get them out sooner this time. Happy holidays if I don't get them out before then, a next video. So happy holidays to everybody. Hope you have a good one, and we will see you on the next video.